episode of Inside Bball. We learn from one of our own about living the American dream.
4-game winning streak, UNLV, including 2 ranked wins.
We take to the court to explore your footwear fantasies. And we take a peek into the world of basketball on wheels.
The fans can hardly believe what they just saw.
Hello everyone and welcome to yet another fantastic episode of Inside Bball. Keep watching and you will know why. I'm your host Gulsun Ahmed. Hey, let's go straight to the highlights from this weekend's KBF League games. Blazers maintained the top position in the Division 2 League with a convincing 59-48 victory over the Egerton University Assassins at the Upper Hill High School. Blazers led 20-10 in the first quarter and 32-18 at the halftime break. Blazers went on to win the last 2 quarters 13-9 and 14-11. After staying for 2 months without a game, Western Delight gave Cooperative Bank Kingdom Queens a run for their money before going down 42-55. Delights won the first 10-4, but Cooperative Bank fought back in the second quarter, racing to a 17-9 run. The third quarter was close with both teams scoring 9 points each. Midway through the last quarter, Cooperative Bank took control of the game, winning it 25-14. After going down 48-59 to Blazers in the first game of the day, Egerton University Assassins stepped on the court tired and weary, but they got the job done against KBF Morans with a 66-57 win. The Assassins dominated the first 3 quarters 19-11, 13-12 and 17-15. KDF won the last quarter 19-17, but their rally wasn't enough to propel them past the students. On Sunday, Strathmore Swords moved to the top of the Ladies Premier League with 27 points after 15 games when they humiliated Western Delight 55-17 in a one-sided encounter. Swords held Delights to single digits in all the 4 quarters as the Western-based side struggled on both sides of court. It was a matter of time before Kenyatta University Arrix pulled an upset. The Arrix led 10-9 in the first period, but Masaku Sparks won the second, 18-16. The game was tied at 33 apiece at the end of the third quarter to set up a must-watch fourth quarter. Arrix were in command early in the fourth period and didn't choke or blow it or become unraveled, except in the ways Spark disrupted them. Arrix applied defensive pressure on the perimeter, crushed the glass, created contact and kept their best players on the floor. Former champions Cooperative Bank Spartans' good run continued as they cruised past bottom table side Trailblazers 66-29. Spartans went to the halftime break with a 26-17 lead and stretched the lead to 20 points going into the last quarter. Trailblazers had no answer to Spartans' superior offense in the fourth quarter, going down 6-21. The win puts Cooperative Bank in control of the regular season with 37 points. The KCA Ninjas were better over the far larger sample, and they earned favored starters going into the last quarter with a 41-38 lead. But the Nairobi City Thunder was better in the last quarter by a mile, and that is what separated the 2 teams at the end of the game. Thunder dug down and won the last period, 25-8. As usual, we have a lot of fun every weekend, and this was not any different. Let's have a look at what you had to say on our social media pages.
What's up? Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, y'all. Check it out.
those are amazing insights. You can always keep them coming in through the social media handles on our screens. Mama Africa has produced some of the most amazing basketball players in the NBA. The likes of Dikembe Mutombo, Luol Deng, Serge Ibaka, just to mention but a few. In my story tonight, we feature Bush Wamukota sharing his American dream. So tell us, how was your transition from Africa to the States?
Coming from Africa, they always take, like, most people that come from Africa, they don't know nothing, really, you know, so you basically have to work on your game and to catch up to the level of basketball they are playing, because guys are bigger, they're stronger, they're way faster, you know, so you gotta basically play catch up.
Is there any difference between how we play basketball here in Kenya and in the States?
In States, it's more of a specialization. If rebounding is what you do best, that's basically what you're in the game for. If scoring is what you do best, you're basically in the game for scoring. If like hustling is what you do, then you're basically in the game for hustling. It's not more of a like up and down, up tempo type of game. In Kenya, it's more of that type of basketball instead. Everybody does everything instead of like just more specialization. So it's like a set system in the States compared to Kenya basketball.
Why did you decide to go play overseas?
I signed with an agent from Louisiana and he got me like 3 NBA workouts. So the NBA coach for the New Orleans Pelicans, he advised me like I need to get a little bit bigger because in the NBA people are much bigger. It's not like college. I could still play, but going to the NBA is a completely different level of basketball. So he advised me if I could get 1 year overseas, then I could have a better chance of making the NBA roster than just going straight to the NBA right now. So I decided to take that route.
So tell us about your short-term plan.
My 2-year plan is go overseas for the first year, be able to make enough money playing and still keep working on my skills and try to get in the weight room and get bigger. I should be able to do that if I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, so I'll have a better shot at getting in the NBA.
And what advice do you have for kids who would like to be where you are today?
Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
We wish Bush and all the other basketball players chasing their dreams all the very best. While you're thinking of which dream you want to chase, we will take a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Inside Bball. Whoever said disability is not inability was very right. Our hood bowling this week not only inspired me to do more with myself, but also appreciate and acknowledge everyone. I hope it does the same for you.
Wakati nilishikwa na polio, kuna pande moja singeweza kuangalia, lakini singeweza kuturn hivi on the left.
The biggest fear is to wake up one morning and realize things will never be the same again. Most people get stuck in that moment of realization. It takes a lot to pick yourself up and try live a normal life. Even if they do, there is always something to pull them back down.
Left. Lakini nilipoingia basketball, due to hiyo mazoezi, nimeweza hiyo mazoezi najua imenifanya muscles zimekuwa. Sio kwenda naye nje peke yake, pia inafanya mwili inakuwa mzuri. Ndio unaona nimeshikilia mpaka wa leo.
Nacheza kwa sababu ninaipenda, iko kwa roho yangu. Kisha baadaye hata nikicheza nasikia mwili yangu sasa huwa nasikia vizuri. Magonjwa mengi ambayo sipati sana, kama malaria hizi ninayopambana nayo, mahoma si rahisi sana nipatane nayo.
I think it's all about attitude and passion. I think if you're really into it, then you'll come out and say you're going to play.
The first step is always the hardest, and this one had proved to be a real challenge.
Ile hali ambayo imeingia kwa wingi, michezo yetu ya walemavu kwa mara mingi haijawahi kuwa ya muhimu sana katika maisha ya wengi. Timu hii ni timu nzuri sana ambayo inaweza kuenda na ikafanya vema na hata ikapata medali katika michezo za kule nje. Ila tu hela, tuseme tu mambo ya wadhamini ndio kidogo tunapungukiwa.
Najaribu njia zote ili mchezo usikufe. Sasa tukajaribu tukakaa chini tukasema hapana, acha tuweke interim office. Sababu ile iliondoka haituambie imeondoka, ilituambia tu kwa sababu haina pesa, kila mtu akaenda njia zake.
Equipment zetu ni very expensive. So kama tunaweza pata wafadhili ambao wanaweza kutusaidia kununua equipment tupeleke kule kwingine, inaweza kutusaidia pia kueneza league mchezo huu kuwe katika eneo zingine pia.
Hii karibuni ilikuwa inataka kuonekana kama inataka kuisha, lakini sasa wanaendelea kumburuku sasa.
With determination, nothing is impossible.
Ninaweza kujivunia Kenya wetu ya basketball kwa sababu kwa hiyo muda mfupi na ikiwa tu kuanza mapema vile tuliweza kwenda kuchukua timu ya All Africa Games, na tulipoenda Algeria 217 waliweza kuwa namba 4 katika Afrika nzima, na nikapata sasa amukicho wa kusema hakuna vile naweza kuwatia hawa watu wakiwa wamefika hiyo kiwango.
Disability is not inability.
Mimi huwa naamini ya kwamba wewe hautanishinda kwa vyote, utanishinda kwa kukimbia na mimi nitakushinda kwa jambo lingine. Sababu viungo vyote vya mwili ninavyo, ila tu ni upungufu wa nguvu katika sehemu fulani za mwili.
Wow! Now I call that talent and passion for the game. That is simply remarkable. Basketball is known for its outstanding swag. People are very particular on what they wear and why. We had the chance to find out why is it so important to keep up with this trend. Basketball has a lot to do with self-expression. And what's better way than how you look? With the many shoe brands out there, it's only right to compare which is doing well and why.
Color matters a lot. I like flashy kind of basketball shoes. I like Nikes and mostly Adidas.
I've always loved Adidas because it's colorful. I play with Adidas and I prefer Derrick Rose most of the time. They are comfortable, light, and you can wear it any day. I'm in love with Adidas.
I don't do Adidas. I'm a die-hard Michael Jordan shoes brand. J's on all the way.
It's only normal to want to be like your superstar idol.
I've always played all the series of Derrick Rose from the first time he played for Chicago Bulls until now.
So you know about Kobe's, Kobe 9s. They look really nice. Yeah.
I'm playing with KDs because first of all they are comfortable and I kind of like low cuts.
Jordan has the style for outdoors when you're not even playing, just a dress down. When you're still playing, you notice Jordan shoes on the court before noticing any other brand.
Beauty always has a price.
The most expensive shoe I have, I bought for like 35 G's. Yeah, and I think minimum is like 20 G's.
The most expensive G I ever bought were also its 11s. They were $250. I bought them in Sweden.
6,000 Kenya shillings.
1,200. Yeah.
My goodness, all those shoes! I simply cannot resist shoes. I think I'm in love with my shoes too. Before I get carried away, let's enjoy our jam of the week.
Special dedication come a fan na my baby. Guess what? Taki me daddy. Company me madani kanisa kama baby. Wanaimuza jua tukikam. Maneiba wanajua tukikam. Mafans wanajua tukikam. Wanajuaje? Ndulu. 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 Watajuaje? Ndulu. Najua mumejam.
Machipo mimi najua mumejam.
to Inside Bball, where we bring you everything on the Kenyan basketball scene. This week on A Baller's Profile, we link up with Strathmore Blades sharpshooter Joseph Ongoro. If you're looking for the killer dagger, this is the man to look for.
I got noticed the moment I joined Upper Hill School. That is where my basketball journey grew with time. And that is where Strathmore University coach scouted me and gave me the opportunity to read in the most prestigious university. So we won the national championship in Mangu High School in 2013, and I actually won the MVP for the first time, which was a dream come true for me. And bringing the trophy back home was a nice feeling, because that is what we all eye for when we go out for the games. So when we proceeded to the East African Championships, we met there the same teams, the same experienced teams, and I won't say the fight was easy. It was tough, but we managed to win the championship again. So we brought 2 trophies, me being the captain at that time. I think basketball is a recreational sport, especially in Kenya. We won't say basketball pays in Kenya. So I think given a job in Nakuru, a better job than in Nairobi, or the vice versa, I take the job that pays well and I play where I'll be posted, just because of the passion I have for the game. Like I said, it's all a matter of passion, putting in hard work during training and the extra effort. You see, they normally say that a good player is that player who does things. You do something extra apart from the coach. The coach only have 2 hours to work with you, but then whatever you do behind the doors really matters a lot. And I think playing alongside good players, you get to expose yourself, like express yourself in the game. You enjoy the game. You're always looking to win, but then the first thing is always enjoy yourself. I have no doubt we're making the playoffs. No matter how the league standings are, I know we have 4 tough matches. We know there's this culture that people saying Blades will never go past the playoffs. But this is a different season. We have different things on the table. And I think with the team that we have, we are capable of making it to the finals. And we're going to make it.
That was Joseph Ongoro, the man with the aim only at Inside Bball. There's so many African sayings that praise how wise the old men are. In fact, most elders had to be very old. It is the same in the coaching job. Most people prefer to hire someone who has experience. In our head of class, we profile the youngest coach, Zedekiah Onga'nga. It's very difficult to break into the industry when you're fresh on a job. This was the predicament Zedekiah was faced with. This being his first coaching job, he was flustered by the opportunity. Youth has its own advantages. This was the only upside Zedekiah had over all the other coaches.
At Riara University, what we thought about is to bring in a coach who will be able to gel with the kind of student that we have here. We have a very young population and a very young kind of student. And we thought the best way is to bring them someone who will be able to interrelate with them closely, understand their needs. You understand we're in the digital era where things are totally different from what it were before. So we thought let's work with a younger coach who will be able to work closely with them, interact with them, understand their needs and issues easier than maybe an older person who may be able to drive results but may not be able to interact well. So what we have seen is the interaction, the friendship, the teamwork is much better with a person closer in their age levels. And that's how we came up with taking on Zeddy to run the basketball team. and he's done well.
My coaching style, I think it's the modern way of coaching, because we're used to coaches sitting down on the bench, giving instruction maybe during the halftime, during the timeouts. But the new modern way of coaching is you're in there playing. You're aggressive both on your players, on the bench and inside the court, giving instruction from time to time, from one possession to the other. You have no time to rest, you have no time to adjust. The only time you have to adjust is when they're playing. And you can only do that when you're shouting on the sideline, because when you're shouting on the sideline, you're involving them in real time, because they make mistakes there and then, you correct it there and then.
Although the first season was an amazing debut, the job started throwing curveballs at him.
Well, unfortunately, the industry is also quite vibrant, and as it is right now, we realize some of our players also want to move on. Some players have gone on to the US. We've lost some of the very good ones to other really good teams which are on the main league. So these are some of the challenges that we are learning as we are going forth.
2016 season for us, it has been a hard one, because at the start of it, we had very, very good preparation. Our first games were very, very competitive. We won the first 3 games. After the third game, we lost 5 players because of other commitments, and now we had to go bring in new players. So the first leg had its own challenges. We picked up a couple of losses that were not necessary if we had maintained all the players in camp.
Some people say strength is measured by how many times you can get up when you fall. And this young coach is determined to keep his head up. Experience, as we all know, is the best teacher. Great job there by Zedekiah, representing the young people breaking into the market. We are about to wind up on our show, but before we do, let's look at the numbers that stood out on our Numbers Never Lie segment. Last weekend, the lowest points scored in a quarter by a team in the Men's Premier League was by the Blades in the first quarter against Bank Spartans with 4 points. Kenyatta University Arrix held Storms to 4 points in the second quarter, but still lost the game 43-44 on Saturday. On Sunday, KU Arrix struggled against Equity Bank Hawks in the third quarter, scoring only 4 points. The UON Terrorists managed only 4 points in the first quarter before going down 46-57 to KU Pirates. KAA had a strong first quarter, holding Kisumu Lakeside to 4 points on their way to a 53-36 victory. Riara University secured a win after outscoring Baraka 11-4 in the last period. Thunder outscored Blades 19-15 in the third quarter, the most points by a team in a quarter in the Premier League this weekend. Equity Bank Hawks' efficient offense saw them score 22 points against KU Arrix in the third period. Terra and Umoja had 23 points in the wins against Lakeside and JQuad respectively in the third period. USIU Marines posted the most points in a quarter by a team in the Division 2 League, scoring 18-17 in the first quarter as they stunned Blazers 51-50. Daystar Falcons outscored KCA University 18-10 in the last period on Sunday. Griffin Ligare led all scorers with 15 points in the Men's Premier League, while Hilda Indasi of Equity Bank Hawks is making a steady comeback with 19 points against KU Arrix. Umoja's Nick Ogol and Billy Ongute of KAA had 19 points to lead all scorers in the Men's Division 1 League. Despite Garnet Omondi scoring a game-high 13 points for KCA, they still lost to Daystar Falcons. Kevin Diku scored 18 points in their loss to Amoeba. The part that I hate the most. We have come to the end of our show. It has been amazing having you with us. Stay tuned next week, same time for more Inside Bball. I have been your host, Gulsun Ahmed. Keep it locked, keep it Inside Bball. Goodbye for now.